Welcome back, Capricorn. This is your reading for April 14th to the 20th, 2025. If you're new here, we do a past, present, and future spread with clarifiers for each. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Obviously, this is my interpretation of what the cards are saying. Hey, let's go. Past position, Two of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Cups in the present and the Queen of Cups in the future. A lot of water here, Capricorn. But we are starting with a Earth card with the Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is just about a choice point. I don't know. I feel, although as whimsical as that card appears, I feel like I hope we weren't too lackadaisical in our decision making. However, the Ace of Cups is sitting here saying your cup is overflowing. This could be emotion. This could be creativity. This could be intuition. And you know, for me, the cups are the heart center. This is where we get our intuition. And then we are following it up with the Queen of Cups, which just magnifies that even more, saying, look, we are in this energy. So if you have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in your chart, Capricorn, maybe you go listen to that reading as well, because this is just a lot of water showing up already. Let's keep going. With the Two of Pentacles, we have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Capricorn, what is crack-a-lackin'? It feels like the choice... So let me read this storyboard. We made a decision. There might have been some conflict. You rose above and you had some divine intervention, and now you're moving on. How's that? How's that? I feel that whatever this was, whatever you were going through, and granted, I'm reading this on the 10th of April, so you might still be finishing this up. You have this energy for this present week is about overcoming your conflict, stepping into your power and your magic, and moving forward. So regardless of what the choice was, there's always that cycle that just repeats itself. So I want to make sure that we are stepping in and above that, and that we're able to maybe navigate it even better every time it shows up. That's the lessons in life. Ace of Cups has with it, because this could be love also, and then it has the Lovers. So that could be love. Wow. This Five of Pentacles is just like a bad penny, and it keeps showing up for people. So I'm not sure what the energy is behind that, but maybe there's a breakup. Maybe there's some, and that's what all this emotion is for you, Capricorn. If indeed there is a breakup happening this week for you, and you're walking away from something, I could see where the money would be an issue sometimes, particularly if you're enmeshed with somebody. I remember being in an abusive relationship in my early 20s, but stuck in the lease. I didn't make enough money on my own to get out. And so I had to literally, like, it was November when I decided I need to get the hell out of here. But the lease wasn't up until like the end of April, beginning of May. And so I had to bide my time. And you know what I did? You know what I did, Capricorn? Because we had all of these shared items together, because we had lived together for a few years, but we had all these shared items like pots and pans in the bed and rando shit like that. And so for Christmas, I started asking for duplicates of things. A coffee pot, coffee maker, some pots and pans, towels, set of towels, like whatever. And then the person I was with at the time was like, why did you ask for this? I was like, we needed a new one, or it's good to have a backup in case, we want regular coffee and decaf in case we have company over or whatever. Like, I totally lied, but I had to, because I was in a crappy situation. So I hope that's not the case for you, but if it is, I mean, I'm sending you love and Reiki, and there's always ways out of situations that aren't good for us. So I want you to just lean in on that, and lean in on this power and this knowledge from the past. Because if you are repeating a pattern, we need to stop doing the things that got us into this mess in the first place, So let this be the last time that this happens. Yeah? But we are definitely walking away from something. We are maybe in a little bit of lack and limitation, but I'll say this, there are always ways to get out of a situation that we're not wanting to be in. And it would be about communicating that with your besties, with your family, if they're supportive of you, even sometimes a colleague at work. And that's what happened to me some years ago. I had another massage therapist tell me how bad her relationship situation was. And I looked at her, I said, well, then we're going to get you out of it. Let's find you a place to live. And temporarily, she lived with one of the other massage therapists. But we went when the boyfriend wasn't home or at some, family function, sporting event or something. And literally in garbage bags, suitcases, the clothes on her back, got her out of that situation and into her new situation. It's been maybe a decade now since that happened. And she is in the best relationship of her life, her final relationship, and living her best life. But there's always a way. I don't know who needs to hear that, Capricorn, and you may have drifted away from me already on this, but keep this information in your back pocket in case somebody else comes up to you and needs your help. Yeah? But feels like there's emotion. This could be a new love coming in. Watch the red flags is all I'm going to say. And it's not to say that every love is a bad thing. If you've got it going on, maybe you're leaning in on your lover because there's some other crap going on. But I'll tell you what, it just doesn't feel like it. So this might be only for a select few, and that's okay. Whatever. We've got the Queen of Cups here. Again, emotion, intuition, trusting and following that intuition. And this is more of an emotional maturity versus like something like the Five of Cups where they're crying over the three that are spilt. This is an emotional maturity where we know what our emotions are and we are acting accordingly, not reacting. The High Priestess has all the knowledge and wisdom that you need. Now, it's interesting that this Five of Swords and Page of Swords show up. The Five of Swords can be one of two things, either the victory or the defeat. And for me, the energy is coming up victorious. And this Page of Swords tells me you are moving on to a new beginning, but you're watching your back. You got your head on a swivel. You're watching your six. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good because you've moved on. Let's see what's on the bottom. Queen of Wands is the support on the bottom. You know what? Capricorn, two things. Let's talk about the Queen of Wands. She's about expressing your power and your creativity. So I want you to be in your power during this week. I want you to lean in on that energy. And I haven't done this for anyone this week, but, oh, sorry, that was loud. We're going to get you an oracle card. We're going to go to the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm. And I want to see if there is a card that can encompass this reading for you and give us an overview of like, if I were to sum this whole thing up, what might it be for Capricorn Spirit? If we sum up this reading for Capricorn, what might the reading be? What might the card be? I'll read the card as it pops out to me. It usually pops out or makes itself known in some way, shape, or form. I'm only taking one, and then I'll read from the booklet. Look at that. Perfect. The Lady of the Mirror, Reflection, Non-Judgment. Number 44. The Lady of the Mirror. As there is a reflection and non-judgment. So let's place that right over here. I'm going to get the booklet and give us a read on number 44. Is that the last card in the deck? It sure is. So she shows up as both the ally, like neither ally challenger. She's like both. So let me give it a good read and we'll be done for the day. The Lady of the Mirror is both ally and challenger, asking you to see yourself in the mirror made by the events in your life. She represents the powerful force of the law of attraction and reminds you that what you are is what you attract. This isn't to say that you need to blame yourself for inviting transgressions. or if you yourself a victim of a big picture event, say war, for example. This is a distorted interpretation of the law. Certain events are fated to test our faith. Rather, find yourself within the web woven through your life, your relationships, opportunities, desires, seeming failures, and successes. Observe how you've responded to life's challenges, great and small, and be aware of what is familiar in the present. Release all judgment and accept things exactly as they are with love. The Lady of the Mirror asks that you honor every part of your story as essential to your highest unfolding. You can see yourself as being exactly where you need to be in your path. Can you see yourself exactly where you need to be in your path? Do you love what you see in the mirror? Can you perceive your path in your reactions and the motives behind your current inquiry? You will find your answer in a thorough and honest self-appraisal. You know what? I can't make this stuff up. Spirit's like on point with this, Capricorn. Take what resonates, leave the rest, but I feel like it was really specific to somebody or some bodies. Come back next week and see what else is on the docket. So until then, take good care.